Hi, I'm John Howe, and I asked for your vote on November 6th for Secretary of State. I grew up on a farm out in western Minnesota, went to school at St. Cloud State University where I earned my master's degree in criminal justice, worked at a prison there, and then went to Red Wing 23 years ago as a caseworker for the Department of Corrections. I'm married with 3 children. Our oldest one is in college, our second one is at the Air Force Academy, and our youngest one is in the Red Wing Public High School. I ended up becoming the mayor of Red Wing and also the former state senator. I like to tell people I'm the yellow flashing arrow guy, where you can take a left-hand turn at a stoplight. You don't need to wait for the whole thing to cycle. So you can tell people now you know who passed that yellow flashing arrow law. When they say who, say not who, it's Howe. He's running for Secretary of State. You know, it's imperative that we have open and honest elections in Minnesota, and we need to have transparency in our government. And I'll make sure that as a Secretary of State, we're going to have fair and honest elections. In the 2012 election, we had several candidates that violated the campaign finance law. Unfortunately, they cheated and they got to keep their seat. Their party just had to pay a $100,000 settlement and they got to keep their seat. I don't believe you should be able to cheat and keep your seat. If you don't believe that, please vote for John Howe for Secretary of State. We're going to correct that. Another issue I think that people need to be aware of is the new presidential primary. That's where you're going to have to come in and take an oath of which party you're going to support. And you're either going to be given a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot. That information will be public. The government will collect that data and will make it public. So people will not know who you voted for, but how you voted, which party you voted for. And I think that just shatters our bedrock of a secret ballot here in Minnesota. So if you agree with me, please support me as Secretary of State. I'll work very hard to get that corrected and work with the legislative body. I think you need to have a Secretary of State that not only has that local government experience and state government experience, but also the private sector experience. Because the Secretary of State not only is the head election official, but issues all the business licenses for the LLCs, the partnerships, and the corporations. That person also serves on the investment board for the state of Minnesota. So you want to have somebody that has a high degree of integrity and it has a high degree of transparency in what they do. So I look forward to earning your support, and certainly you can reach out to me. My website is soshowe.com. You can find it on the screen here down below. And we're going to work really hard. We're going all over the state and meeting great people. We have a great state, and I think you need to have a Secretary of State that is not only out there making public appearances, but also encouraging the legislative body to have a good business climate for our state. So I'm really looking forward. I'm excited about this, and I have a real passion about being a Secretary of State. So if you have questions, you can reach out to my website and send me a question, and I'll certainly get back to you. Thank you, and I encourage you to vote on November 6th. Remember, it's not who, it's how.